Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, it's Big Legend, homie.
You're tired of the narrative always being changed? I'm here to correct the narrative. Get that real honest talk. Real talk. No yes men over here. I know Italian news telling the wrong narrative, pushing the wrong agenda. Well, Twinsinc, we're going to try to aim to fix those narratives. Give everybody a better understanding. Let's go. Morning. Welcome. This is Twinsinc Talk. I'm your host, Twinsinc. How's everyone doing today? So, people, I had something to come up today that I felt I had to talk on. So, my son is going to be 6 next year, 2020, but right now he's 5, and he's in kindergarten. Kindergarten, because next year he'll be first grade. He's in kindergarten. All right. And so my wife, she does help out occasionally at the school, right? Whatever, as a teacher aide assistant, right? And the teacher asked her, hey, can you go ahead and pick one of the students in the classroom who's been the quietest, right? And the classroom is very diverse. And one of the kids out there said, make sure you pick a white person. Mind you, these kids are either 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in that age range. And it's like, wow, someone's teaching that little kid at home already about color. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I don't teach racism in my house. I teach self-love. I teach my African pride and heritage to my kids. As I'm learning, and as I learn, I'm learning to them. I'm teaching to them, But it hurts my heart to hear this, like, wow, I got to have this conversation with my son and my daughter about race, about color. And it's 2019, and we still have to deal with racism. I mean, I know it's not going anywhere. I know it's still here. But the fact that my son was in pre-K. If you go to any pre-K classroom, whatever, you'll see black and white kids, all color kids. They loving each other, they hugging, high five, happy to see each other. There's no problem. Racism is something that's not is you're not born racist. You're raised racist. That's a fact. So now I got to sit down and have a conversation with my son and my daughter to educate them to know who they are. You know, now he didn't say nothing to it because maybe he didn't hear it or whatever. But as a father figure and a leader in my household, that's something that I have to do. You know, I have to educate my kids on that stuff because they're going to the real world. And I will be setting them up for failure if I didn't have a conversation with them. And I'm not teaching them to hate nobody. I'm teaching about self-love, but I want them to be aware of the real world out there. Let them know that because your skin is darker, you have to work 10 times harder than everyone else. You have to do things more different because of your color, you will be treated differently. You won't get the same opportunity as anyone else just because of your brown skin. But when I'm talking and teaching them this, I'm letting them know it's a blessing to be black or brown. It's a lot of great benefits of being who we are. And you know, the kids, right? So I got to do baby steps with them because I can't throw everything at them at one time. But it's going to be baby steps. But my kids will be raised to be self-love. And it's funny. So my daughter, she had a birthday party a couple of years ago, right? And my daughter has white friends. No problem. I have no problem with it. Hey. So they came. They bought my daughter some dolls. Cool. All the dolls were white. No problem with it. Cool. So I told my wife, I said, hey, when we get an invitation to their birthday party, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy them all black baby dolls. And wife would say, oh, you being petty. I say, see, that's the point right there. Why I got to be petty? Why is it petty or negative that I want to buy a white child black baby dolls? Isn't my daughter black and brown? Don't she play with my daughter? So she can't have black baby dolls in her household, right? I'm just saying, like, does that make sense? They bought white dolls for my daughter to play with because my daughter has white friends. I have no problem with that. I mean, my daughter has black and white baby dolls around her. Now, of course, she has majority of them are black because I teach self-love. I want my daughter to, if I sit my daughter down in front of her dolls, I want her to pick all the heroes or the toys, dolls she have, and I ask her, which one's the prettiest? And I have a problem if she picks one that's not brown skin. I don't, because that's self-love. Because I'm going to ask you, so why is she prettier than this one? And I have a conversation to understand. And people have already done these same tests out here about kids. You had kids sit at the table and they pick a doll, whatever, and like, which one's your favorite? And they always pick the white one. Very few of them pick a black one. And I have a problem with that because somewhere in translation, they're getting the message or they're being brainwashed to think that it's cooler for you to be white and not black, right? That's a problem. And once again, I'm not racist at all. Anyone would tell you I'm not racist at all, but I am pro-black. I am self-love. You know, if you follow me on social medias and things like that, you will see that I will post things to keep the balance because every time I turn the news, there's always something negative against a black person. What I do the opposite, I post something against other people because let's keep it neutral across the board. See, the thing is, if you keep seeing one thing as bad, subconsciously you're going to think all blacks are bad. No. Keep the negativity fair across the board. But once again, my kids, my son, I got to have a conversation with them to let them know that, hey, black is beautiful. Black is great. You're not different. Like, for instance, my son, he's growing his hair. Not say he's growing it, but, the ladies, don't cut his hair, whatever. So his hair's growing, right? And he got it braided. And then I guess one of the kids at school told him that he looks weird or something about his hair. And then he came back home talking about, I don't want my hair braided no more. I'm like, why? It looks nice. Shit, if my hair can grow, because I'm getting old, but if my hair can still grow, not that I'll do braids, but hey, you never know. Anything can happen. I mean, I do got a mohawk, but it's a baby mohawk. Getting old, shedding a little bit. But anyway, it ain't about me. But the fact that he came back home and, of course, every day we tell him he looks handsome, he's beautiful, his hair looks great, from the family inside the house. Me, the wife, the grandma. Everyone said, your hair looks nice. But then as soon as you go to school and some child said, oh, your hair looks like this, now he's like, I don't want my hair braided no more. I'm like, why? So I teach my kids sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Now, as adults, we know words can't hurt you, but kids don't. They're kids now. Remember, I'm talking to kids. Baby steps. So I tell my kids, like, don't let no one say something that's going to change who you are. I tell you every day, you're young, you're smart, you're handsome, you're beautiful. You could be great. Don't let no one's words change who you are at all. So, people, so not that I was at a part of my life thinking like, man, when should I have this conversation with my kids about racism? Because, they go to school and there's black and white kids, diverse, whatever. So I didn't really know when to have the conversation because everything was fine. I mean, it was going to happen sooner or later. I wasn't going to wait till they get 16, 15 driving and get pulled over and don't know how to act around police, whatever. No, we was definitely going to have that conversation. But as kids, no, they got enough going on with trying to learn the ABCs and do math and all that stuff. No, I wasn't putting out pressure about the real world. But now that I'm presented with the challenge of teaching them, educating them about race, I'm all for it. I'm sent to the plate because I want my kids to be self-conscious of who they are and where they from and what they are. You know what I'm saying? We're kings and queens. We're not just slaves. No, we're more than that. And I'm teaching them the African history because if you understand, the schools and systems don't teach you about African history. They give us 1 month of the year, which is February, which is the coldest. If you think about it, it's still wintertime. So, you really can't have much parades and stuff because it's during wintertime, depending on where you're at. But most times, you don't have a lot of activities going on in Black History Month because the weather's cold. So you don't have much outside activities. And jobs will give you a 1 day thing or 1 week thing out of the month. And school may do a day where you do something like that. And that's it. So it's up to us parents to educate our kids about our African history. So for instance, even Christmas coming right now. We're not really celebrating Christmas. We're going to do Kwanzaa this year. And going forward, which is from December 26th to January 1st. So I'm going to do a video on that, breaking it down each day. There's 7 days, and I'm breaking down each day, and the video's coming on the Twinsinc, so keep an eye out for that. But we're definitely doing Kwanzaa in this household, and I'm definitely going forward, make sure they understand the history of Black excellence and Black history. And once again, my kids are not being raised to hate anybody. I'm just teaching them about self-love and also be aware of what's going on in this world. I would be a fool to let my kids go to school and live their daily lives knowing that racism plays a role in everything that they do as far as being a Black man and Black woman. So parents, I challenge you all you out there, challenge you. Teach your kids about their African history. Everything. From the religion to holidays. Everything. Juneteenth, celebrated. Marcus Garvey, celebrated. And also, people, on the CHOP team, we're going to have special guests come in to discuss about Marcus Garvey, and he's an author, so we look out for that. That's coming in February. February, I plan to do a lot of good things for the Black History Month and speak on things and have guests in, so keep an eye on that. But I was led this morning to have this conversation to y'all about my child being introduced to racism. So people, we teach love, respect around here. Make sure it's something you do in your household as well. That's all I have for today, people. We'll talk to you later. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Download the app Spreaker because you can comment directly into the app, which we will comment directly on and have that dialogue there. And that's all I have for you. And we out. That's a wrap today for the show. Please like, share, comment, share your thoughts. Email us at info@twinsinc.net. You can also subscribe to us on these multiple platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Castbox, Podcast Addict, and of course YouTube if you want to see us do the live recording. So once again, thank you.